Welcome back guys to some more MXGP2, and in today's video we're on part number 2 of the Monster Energy MXON, and in today's episode we're riding as Jeremy Martin. Now in the first episode we did really well with Justin Barca and we managed to get to a win, and I think our teammate finished in 12th, so let's quickly have a look at the results before we get into today's race. But we're on the MX2 bike in today's episode as Jeremy Martin. And yeah, it's looking good at the moment. Hopefully me and I think it's Colin Webb is the other rider in this race. So let's get straight into it and hopefully we can get some decent points going into the third round. So let's go. Right guys, here we go with the race as Jeremy Martin on the MX2 bike. And also we've got to hope that Cooper Webb does well as well. So if we can both finish in the top 10, hopefully we can go into that third round still in the lead. So let's see if we can get a good start here. And yes, we got a good start. I'm not sure what this bike is going to be like. It's on the Yamaha MX2 bike, but again we haven't adjusted the setting at all, so hopefully we can have a good race. And it was a good start there, so we managed to get the whole shot. Let's try and get around these first couple of corners, but all three races I assume are going to be on the same circuit, and it's just the team that finishes with the lowest amount of points. I think that's how it works, and we get a huge amount of jump over those first few jumps, and this is a brilliant start. This is what I wanted. Again, the second race is on 5 laps. We're on realistic. Hopefully we should do alright, but I've noticed some of the riders in this race are actually some of the MXGP riders. I saw in the lineup there was Febra, so Febra's on a MX2 bike today, so this should be interesting. And as you can see, he's in 3rd place. I'm not sure how well he's going to do on this, but hopefully we can have a really good first lap and hopefully get away and set ourselves up for the rest of the race. But if you saw the first episode when I did the race with Justin Barca, I crashed 3 times and I had 5 ruining laps and only just won it at the end. It was a really, really tough race, but we managed to come through it. Hopefully this race will be a little bit easier, but you never know. It only takes a little mistake or the other riders to start really going fast, and we lost a little bit of speed through there. And I just saw the crash sign. Cooper Webb's crashed. Our teammates crashed. That's the worst news. If I win and he comes 22nd, then our points tally is going to be really high, and we don't want that. Oh god, that's really, really bad. But hopefully he's got another 4 laps after this one to redeem himself and get back in that top 10. We want our points tally to be as low as possible if that is what it's got to be to win this championship. But we still got another round after this one where I think we've got a ride as Cooper Webb, so that should be interesting. And I think it's in the MXGP series as well, but we will see how that pans out when we get to it. But we're managing to pull away from Coldenhoff now. We've got about a 2nd lead, so that's pretty good. Let's get a nice good finish to this first lap and get a nice jump through there again. That's awesome. Get a nice speed through there, and let's finish this first lap and just try and control this race from the front. But you know that it only takes a simple little mistake for them to catch up, and he's gained another ½ a second. Oh my god, he's had a really quick run through there. Coldenhoff's really trying to close the gap to me, and he seems to be really quick now once we've entered this 2nd lap, but hopefully we can fight him off. And I think he's still behind. No, he's actually gone past me. Oh my god, Coldenhoff, where did the speed come from? Let's just try and get the inside here and just fight back. Oh my god, where's this challenging come from? He just showed this extra bit of speed now right on the 2nd lap. He didn't do this in the 1st lap. Let's just try and keep in front of him. Hopefully he doesn't catch my back wheel and knock me off. That does sometimes happen when they're trying to go tight into the corners as well. But let's just try and control this race and just keep looking behind us and make sure that he doesn't try and get up the inside. But I'm pretty quick through this section. It's just going over the finish line, those first few corners. I don't seem to be that quick. That's where the AI seems to catch up with me. I don't know what it is. Maybe I need to go wider in those sections, maybe just do a whip or something. But we've managed to pull that gap bigger, and it's Roman Febra that's in 2nd, so he's taken over Coldenhoff, and he's the rider that's going to fight me for this win. But him being on an MX2 bike, that's a bit of a change for him. I'm not sure whether he's going to be just as good on that sort of bike, but he's having a bit of a battle behind me with Coldenhoff. Hopefully that can carry on and I can just pull away. If I can get a win in this race, it would be awesome. And I've just got to keep fingers crossed Cooper Webb starts going up the order. But it's a shame it doesn't have the side of the screen. It doesn't tell you the order of which all the riders are in. It only shows you now and again the top 3. and sometimes you've got no idea what's going on behind you. So Febra's still about a second behind us. He's keeping a close eye on me. He's waiting for me to make a mistake. But let's just try and extend that gap if I can, going in towards the end of this third lap if I can. And we get round this corner, and I think I can hear him. He's catching up with me, and I think Coldenhoff's with him as well. So it's only going to take one mistake, and them two are going to be straight past me. And it's Coldenhoff that's overtaking Febra, and he's only half a second behind. Again, I'm really struggling to pull away from these two riders. They have got some decent pace on this circuit. And I'm not, in some races, once I get ahead, I start pulling away. But in this one, I just can't seem to get any more than half a second away from these riders. So it's going to be just one of these races where I've just got to be really, really good and just not make any mistakes. But it's been pretty good so far. I've been running quite well at the moment. This is much better than I did in the first race. I'm getting a little bit more practice on this circuit. It's a shame that you don't get to qualify, so you can really set up the bikes, but it just adds that little bit more difficulty, and that's what you want in these sort of challenging new series. You want as much of a challenge as possible, and it's Coldenhoff in second now, so he's only a second behind me, and if I can just keep it at that over these 5 laps, this will be a brilliant ending to this race. But let's just see what the time is once we get over the finish line. Can we improve on our last time? We did a 1:40 in the last lap. No, this one's slightly slower. And we get over the finish line. Oh, God, I almost lost the back end. Be careful. And Coldenhoff's only 0.4 of a second. And he's catching me up again. Oh, no, he's going to try and come around the outside of me. Look at the speed of him. He's on the outside, and he's still getting through that quicker. And he takes the lead. He gets an awesome jump through there. So I'm dropped down into P2. And Robin Febra's coming down the outside of me as well. He's trying to get past me as well. And they're really, really starting to up the challenge. Now we're into this 4th lap. And I think this is where it's going to get really tough going into the finishing end of this race. Is they're going to start really up in their game and really trying to get some points. I'm not sure where their teammates are, but they're going to try and get some decent points in this race. So I've just got to try and make sure that Febra doesn't get past me as well. Second wouldn't be a bad result, but it hasn't. I've never had a battle with Coldenhoff before in a race, and he seems to be really quick. Every time I don't go for a jump very quick, he's right there. Let's just try and do a whip, try and improve our speed through there, and just hope them two knock each other off so I can just burn away into this last lap and win. But the gap is only a 0.9, and it's Febra back into second. That's awesome. So let's just hope those two just slow each other down. And it's another overtake. Oh, God, them two really are having a battle behind me. And I've had a pretty... Except for a couple of overtakes here and there, I've done all right. And that gap's extended. Them two have really slowed each other down, so it's almost 2 seconds. And we're coming towards the end of the 4th lap, going into the final lap. This could be awesome. This is what we wanted. Hopefully we can have another decent lap in this 5th lap, and hopefully their challenge in this race is totally gone. Let's see what the gap is once we get to the finish line. Hopefully it's still over a second. Let's have a look, and it's just over a second, and it's Febra, so hopefully that should be enough towards the end of this race, providing I don't make any mistakes. I can take it nice and easy into these corners now. That second gap is just enough, I think, through here. Oh no, actually Febra's gained on me here. God dear, what is it through that section? What am I doing wrong? Let's just try and get nice and tight into this corner. Just hope they do come up the inside. No, they're still a little way behind. This is going to be a tough going into the end. I can just see one of them making a mountain a challenge, and it's only 0.4 now. I think one of these two riders behind is going to make a challenge just before the end of the circuit. I've just got to be really careful that they don't cause me to crash, because I'd be really annoyed, because I've done really well in this race so far over these 5 laps. And it is quite tough not to make any mistakes in these races over 5 laps, because I'm so used to doing 3. You can just about manage it, but doing 2 more does add the difficulty as well. But so far we're doing okay. Looking at the split time, and we've extended it even more. We should be all right now, so it's over 1.5 seconds. We've only got a few more corners to go, and we are going to take a victory. And just fingers crossed now for Cooper Webb. Hopefully he's finished in a good position. We will find out at the end of this race, and then it will just leave 1 round left, and hopefully we'll go in there with a decent enough lead to get to a good result. And we've pulled it to 2 seconds. We do a nice whip through there, so it's Roman Febra in second place. Can I get another good jump through here? That's awesome. Nice speed through there, nice jumps, One more corner, and it looks like we're going to finish in first. I think we are. Yes, we do. That is awesome. So we get first place. So we get into the results and looking at the result. Yes, Cooper Webb finished 8th. That's awesome. So he did redeem himself after crashing early on in the first lap. And that only gives us 9 points scored. So we're looking good going into the final round. So the final round is going to be in the MX on an MX1 bike in the MXGP. And we've got a ride. I think we're going to ride as Cooper Webb. So this should be interesting. I hope you enjoyed this episode. Please give it a thumbs up. And I will see you soon for the third round very soon. Bye-bye.